Factorising algebraic expressions. Factorising is the reverse of expanding. So we've just expanded algebraic expressions and we can see that factorising is the reverse. 3 outside of x plus 2. Let's expand that. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. When we factorise, we do the reverse. We say what goes in to 3x that also goes into 6. Well, they both divide by 3. So we put the 3 out the front of our bracket. Then we divide 3x by 3 and we're left with x. And we divide 6 by 3 and that cancels down to 2. So as you can see, expanding and factorising are inverse or reverse operations. To factorise, we need to take the highest common factor out of all terms. You divide each term by the highest common factor. You put that out the front of your bracket. And then you can check your answer by expanding. So we've got 3y plus 12. What goes into 3 that also goes into 12? The answer is 3. So we put the 3 outside the brackets. Put your brackets down. Then you say, how many times does 3 go into 3y? Well, that just cancels down and you're left with the y. And then how many times does 3 go into 12? It goes 4 times. And because your answers are positive, we put plus 4. The next one, 8x and 20. What goes into both 8x and 20? Well, they've both got factors of 4. They have factors of 2 also, but we want the highest common factor, so the highest number that goes into both, and that is 4. So we'll divide both terms by 4, but first of all we'll put the 4 outside the front of the brackets. 4 goes into 8 twice, that cancels down. So you're left with 2x, and then 4 into 20 goes 5 times. We can check our answers by expanding. 3 times y gives us 3y. 3 times 4 gives us 12 with b. 4 times 2x gives us 8x. 4 times 5 gives us 20. Factorise the following. Here we can take both numbers and pronumerals out the front. We need to see what is the largest number and what pronumeral is in both of them. So we're going to deal with the numbers first. We've got 12 and 18. What is the highest common factor? Well, 6 goes into both 12 and 18. So we're going to take 6 out the front. And what letter is there in both of them? Well, both of them have x's. So 6x is out the front. Now you can factorise with just the 6, but it's not fully factorised. It's not everything you can take out. So you're not going to get 100% of your marks. So let's divide by 6x, and we divide both of the terms by 6x. 6 into 12 goes twice, 6 into 6 goes once. The x's cross out. 6 into 18 goes 3, 6 into 6 goes once, the x's cross out. Then we see what are we left with. We're left with 2y here, and we're left with 3z here. Once again, if we expand out, we're going to get the same answer that we started with. B, 2x squared plus 4x. 2 goes into both 2 and 4, and x goes into both of these. We divide each of the terms by 2x. The 2's cross out, and x crosses out here, so we'll get rid of our power and an x here. We started with xx on the top. If we cross one of the x's off, we're just left with x. Okay, 2x. We'll cross the x's out first just to get rid of them. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. So we're left with 2x outside of x plus 2. Here we have negatives in our terms, so we take the negative out the front. In A, we're going to take minus 2 out the front because the minus is in both of them. And it wouldn't matter if it's in both, as you can see in example B. It doesn't have a minus in both the terms. And there's also a 2. So we're going to divide by minus 2. Remembering to the expanding, when we had a minus out the front, it would change the signs of the terms inside the brackets. So this minus just crosses out and it becomes a plus. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 into 2 once. We're just left with x. Minus crosses out again, makes it a plus. 2 into 2 once, 2 into 4 twice. So plus 2. This one has a minus and a plus, but we're going to take the minus 3 out the front. So we're going to divide by minus 3. So what this is going to do is it's going to change the sign of each of the terms. So we're going to cross the minus out here. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once, we're left with an x. With this one, the plus will become a minus. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice, so it becomes minus 2. Let's check it. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 times minus 2 is plus 6. So that was factorising. I hope you enjoyed that. Go and have a little practice of a few now.